I'm Jamie of Pandora Astrology here in Berkeley, California, and with me is.
Hey guys, it's Julia Mikos in San Francisco.
And today we want to talk with you about the new moon in Virgo that's happening later this month on the 17th. And this particular new moon is happening in the sign of Virgo, and new moons contain very much the feel of new beginnings. There's a sense of rebirth, particularly emotionally, because the moon rules emotions. So this is something that we feel emotionally. And this one being in Virgo, there's that quality of integrity that goes with Virgo. Now, when I was putting this chart together, one of the first things that I noticed is the way that this moon quite closely squares the nodes. And anything that connects with the nodes this strongly is going to probably have in it the feeling of a sort of a destiny crossing, like reaching a fork in the road and feeling like the choices that you make now will determine your whole path for the future. So there's something of the quality of an inflection point here in this moon. And there's a really sweet thing in this moon, which is that the sun and moon together here trine Saturn and Pluto, which you may know from our other videos. The conjunction of Saturn and Pluto in January formed the pandemic hot degree at 22 degrees of Capricorn. Now, that's going to be sort of live and in action pretty much all year 2020. It will expire in December, but while it's on, we are all facing this really tough lesson, which is how do we take responsibility even for things that are beyond our control and do so gracefully and graciously. And so I think that this moon can be very helpful in that pursuit for those of us who are, trying really hard to learn this lesson and to take that responsibility, whether it's before events happen or while we're in the thick of it, or even in retrospect after. And you can check our other videos in the Astrology of Pandemic Year 2020 playlist about that. Um, so Julia, when you look at this chart, what do you notice?
Hmm. Well, I noticed that tight trine to Saturn in Capricorn, which is
Yeah.
kind of a very professional, sort of work-oriented placement, and Virgo is a sign of service, especially it's an Earth, which is also these are work elements. So
Mm,
I think that this is a time of starting a new cycle of activity that affects our professional lives, that affects our work lives.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. And that feeling of planting new seeds that comes up during the new moon is a great thing to bring to the table when you think about forwarding your career or, or your, I don't know what to call it, like your responsibility path
Yeah,
forward in
exactly.
whatever area that might be. Because if you want to be effective, one of the best ways you can is by taking responsibility. So Virgo has lots of integrity to bring to that to that pursuit. Julia, what are your thoughts about the square to the nodes? How do you think that's going to feel to people?
It might feel that there's sort of a tug and pull between the past and the future, sort
Mm,
of what our old habits have been and what are the new habits we're trying to establish.
yeah, that's such a good point. And I love that you bring up the word habits because that's a very Virgo word.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Sagittarius South Node might suggest old habits of being too much of a generalist, of looking at things through the big picture, but kind of tolerating some blurring of the details. Whereas the North Node in Gemini would suggest moving towards precision and, dare I say it, correctness, paying attention to the details and embracing rationality and logic.
Yeah, not jumping to conclusions, being curious and open-minded.
Yeah, to put it in a way that's like where brevity is the soul of wit. Yes, exactly. So I think that's the stuff that we have to say about this new moon. It does fall in 25 of Virgo, so if you have anything in the final decan, like the final third of any mutable sign at all in your chart, you're going to feel this moon. And the Virgo, the mutable signs are shown right here, so that would be where you'd look. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and you can find it in the September news playlist on our YouTube channel, Pandora Astrology, where you can also find a lot more great stuff. You can find the Astrology of Pandemic Year 2020 playlist also in our YouTube channel. And you can also find the news ongoingly on our website, Pandora Astrology. And if you add slash monthly hyphen forecast, that's where you'll find all that good stuff. And you may not know this, but we do horoscopes too. So check our YouTube channel and our website for our horoscopes every month. They're very enjoyable. And we'll see you around the cosmos. Bye.
Bye.